Hi guys, just here to bring you another journal. So hope everyone's having a good day. It's hideous here, it's raining and grey again. That's all I ever seem to say on my videos, but that's all it ever seems to be lately. So yes, very cold here. So this journal, again, massively chunky. It's a soft cover journal, and I think it's the first time, well, certainly for a long time, that I've done anything with a kind of plainish front cover. It's basically, it's an envelope cover, and then I've covered it with this scrapbook paper that I just thought was so gorgeous and so pretty that actually I didn't really want to cover it up. And the inside of the journal is very busy, so I thought I would leave it plain. So other than just literally some hessian here with some lace and a couple of vintage buttons, it is plain. So it's just got a bit of lace trim here, a bit of kind of fabric ruffle down to cover the signature, and then some more lace at the back. So the back and the front are identical pretty much. And the closure is just some lace trim here, which I have actually glued underneath the fabric ruffle, so it's actually kind of attached, but it's fine, it doesn't really get in the way. So going inside, I left this side of the envelope sealed up, so that's not a pocket on that side, although the back is. So going inside, on the front cover, I've got some more scrapbook paper, very similar to the front cover, but slightly different. It's kind of slightly different colourway. And then I've just got a pocket here that I've stitched some lace on the sewing machine and just layered up a little postcard. And then inside there I've just got some paper, which now won't come out. It's quite a tight fit, obviously, and that's just been coffee dyed. And that's just from a paper pack from a long time ago. I think it was the Madame Payward, or I can't remember even the name of it. But it's a paper pack that I loved so much. Actually, I bought a couple of copies of it, you know, a couple of packs of it, and even in different sizes, because I just absolutely love it. So that's that. And then here I've just got a printable from, I think this was from the Graphics Fairy, that's just again been coffee dyed, and that just goes in there. I've got some fabric ruffle that I just did on the sewing machine, and it's just got some pearl trim. And then on the facing page, I have got this page itself is scrapbook paper, and I've got here an envelope that I've layered up, this beautiful printable, I think from Pinterest, and it's layered onto some vintage book paper, and then some fabric which I have coffee dyed, and then it's just got a tiny bit of lace and a couple of flowers that I've actually sprayed with the Dilutions and also some of those pearl sprays to kind of colour them. So it's also got some vintage sheet music. So in the side, it's a side loading pocket, and I've just made a little tag here on the sewing machine with layered up image and some paper, and then some coffee stain paper at the back, and a little tab and some lace. So that just goes in like that. And then at the top here, I've just got one of those massive tags that I've been making recently. It's just layered up with some scrapbook paper and some more scrapbook paper here, some lace trim, another one of those flowers, and a little lace tab, bit of pearl trim, and then I've just got a little printable there inside that as a pocket. And on the back, this is actually just one of the blank, no, I tell a lie, it's not a blank piece of sheet music. It was one of the title pages of the sheet music. It's the reverse side, which was plain. So that's how the back is. So that just goes in like that. Try not to kind of ruffle the lace. And then it's just got a little fabric piece there for a tab. On the next page here, I've got a belly band with some lace trim. The belly band's actually some scrapbook paper. It's got a printable here, and it's layered with some book page and a little bit of greaseproof paper. And then it's also got some vintage sheet music. It's got one of those frames. Always love using frames in journals. And then here it's just got a little postcard and another one of those flowers. And inside the pocket I've just got one of those printables of some ledger paper that I've coffee dyed. That just goes in there. And it's just got some lace trim there. I think I already said that. And then on this side of the page, it's just got some lace trim, it's got some faux diamante there, and then it's got this vintage kind of advert, and also this other vintage advert here, and they've just been coffee dyed. This one's also, I've stuck it onto some cardstock to make it slightly thicker, to have it as a tuck spot. And then I've just got a little layered up tag there, just with a little chipboard tile there with some glossy accents. That just goes in there. Oops. And then on the next page here, I've just got some fabric here forming a pocket. It's got some vintage thesaurus page, and on the pocket I've just got some lace trim and a butterfly. And then here I've just got some of that really soft corduroy fabric with some diamante. Not overly noticeable that it's corduroy because it's very fine corduroy, kind of thin. So yeah, it looks really pretty. And then here I've just got a little fold out booklet, and this is made from a paper bag. No, not a paper bag, an envelope. Sorry, I can't remember anything obviously this morning. And then it's just got this image here, and it's got some lace trim on the side and a couple of stamped bits there. And then inside I finally managed to find some actual ledger paper in the shops, so I bought a pad and have coffee stained the pages, so that's some of that. That just goes in like that. Then I've got some just coffee stained paper for a few pages for journaling that I've just left blank, other than a couple of stamped images in the corners. I've got some vintage sheet music there, bit of greaseproof paper. And then the final sheet. This piece is actually torn. I just wanted to highlight that. Again, I think I've said things like this before. That doesn't worry me, but I just want to highlight it for whoever kind of buys this book, because obviously it may bother them. So on this side of the page, I've got kind of a variety of things going on. I've got some lined paper here just stuck on. This is just from a book that I've just coffee dyed. It's got some fabric ruffle down the side. It's got one of those journaling flowers that I've made, a paper flower there with a pearly trim. It's got a little tag there and a little bit saying here, enjoy the little things in life. And that's just from one of those, I think it's Kaleidoscope die cut packs, ephemera packs. I think that's where that's from. Then I've got a little cluster here that I've made, which just then forms a tuck spot for this little pull-out tag, which is actually just a die-cut shape on some coffee-dyed cardstock. And then I've just got a stamped image on some acetate there, glued it down the side, and also glued some lace trim down there. So that just tucks in. And then on the reverse of that page, I've just got a little fold-out booklet that's held shut here with this postage stamp. And when you fold that out, it's a little kind of jotter pad here, just with a few sheets of coffee-dyed paper. And that just holds closed again behind there like that. It's got a little vintage advert and a butterfly. Just bring that up so as you can see. And then it's got some doily, and behind the doily there is a little postcard, again from that same paper pack that I mentioned earlier. And then here in the side it's just also a little pocket, and that's just got a little fold out little booklet with some washi tape. That just slots in like that. Then here on this page, if I just take this off, I've just got a stamped image here of some sheet music. It's got some vintage lace here from my nan's neck curtains, which I've used quite a bit in my journals. I've got one of those tiny frames that, again, love using those. And then again, some more of those nest and eggs things from the paper pack. And then here I've just got a printable from, I think again the graphics vary, and that just slots in like that. And then here I've got an envelope which I've coffee dyed, and then I've decorated the front of the envelope, just layered up some book page, some sheet music, a little printable here. I've got one of those little flowers that I've dyed, and a little stamped butterfly, which again I love using those. I've just kind of stamped around the edge, kind of resurrected these corner stamps that I really used to use all the time, and then I kind of stopped using them for a while, I guess, because I forgot all about them. And I've just kind of found them again, and oh, I just really love them. So and I've had them for several years, but I still love them. And then inside this envelope I've just got a page from, I'm just going to raise the tripod while I kind of do this. I've just got a page here from the sheet music. It's I don't know whether this would be kind of like an index or something. So I've popped that in because obviously it's quite a bit of blank space on the back of that page. So, and that's vintage sheet music. That so, and then I've just put a little piece of doily on the flap of the envelope, and that's held on with just a paper clip, just with some lace tied around it. I'll leave that to the side for the minute. And then here I've just got a little belly band with a kind of cluster at the bottom. The cluster's just got some lace and a bird cage, butterfly, some script kind of writing. And then this Love is Friendship set to music. And then here I've just got a printable pull out that just slots in like that. Then here I've just got some more sheets that I've just kind of left blank for journaling. Got another sheet here for from some vintage music, and a couple more sheets there of just coffee dyed paper. Then on this side there's a belly band here, and it's also got some lace. So behind there is a doily with a vintage lady, and then there's a little pull-out booklet with some washi tape and some stitched lace that just tucks in behind there. Just a little printable there that just tucks in here. I've got some faux diamante on the bottom, and here is the middle of the signature. So I stitched this signature in black because obviously the colours of the journal were going to be kind of mixture of browns and creams and some very pale blues and some black. And actually I really like the striking kind of use of the black thread against the page. I think looks really, really nice. So onto those little threads I've just stuck on a couple of stamped images. So this is of postage stamp and this one of little butterflies there. So here I've got some lace trim down the side, and then I've used a postcard here as a pocket, which I really like doing, and I've just popped a little printable in there that just pulls out. Obviously you've got more room here on the page for journaling. And then I've just got a little pull-out booklet there with a stamped image. Just got this little journaling spot down here, forming the tuck spot for that. And then here on this side of the page, I've got a coin envelope, which I've made from just some scrapbook paper. But I mean, this scrapbook paper, it's pretty thick, it's pretty sturdy. So it's formed a nice sturdy policy envelope here. So I've layered it up with some book page and some printables, and then obviously you can put things inside. I don't think I did, but obviously you can just slot something in there. So that just has some string there going round to hold it closed. And that's got a doily behind it, and then it's obviously forming a little pocket as well, where I've just popped a little printable behind it. And then on the next page here, I love this page. I love how kind of the lace is slightly curved, and I've tried to kind of curve the faux diamante there. I've used one of the Crafty Irina pockets. I don't seem to do mine quite how she does hers, but it's my kind of take on her idea. I did stick it as a pocket here at the side, but unfortunately you can't really get to it because obviously it's got the lace trim and the diamante, so I haven't put anything in there. I've layered up on top of the book page pocket just a little kind of label here and a flower and a little vintage advert. Then I've got a printable here layered up with some sheet music, some lace trim and a couple of those vintage adverts. I've got a little butterfly there with a flower in the centre. And then here inside the book page pocket, I've just got a little fold out booklet that I've just used literally some cardstock which I've coffee dyed, and then I've stitched in just one of those envelopes and you know, piece from an envelope, sorry. And then on the front I've obviously stitched on this image of these ladies which I love using. She's just got this wistful kind of beautiful face and lovely look. And it's got some lace stitched on and a little butterfly also stitched across. So that goes in there. Then again, some more kind of blank sheets for journaling. So I really have tried to kind of not overdo it too much, you know, and leave you lots of sheets blank. On this particular page, I've got some fabric ruffle kind of trim down the bottom, which I've layered up with some lace and some diamante trim. Looks really pretty. And I've coffee dyed the fabric as well. And then I've made one of these coin envelopes. I've wound some twine round, just purely for decoration, think it looks pretty. Just stamped on a couple of script stamps there. And then it's got some little trim down the side, just out of some kind of coordinating paper. And then I've got one of those Tim Holtz rosettes with a little chipboard tile in the middle of a butterfly. I think that just looks nice. And then I have done a kind of coordinating tag there that just slips into the coin envelope itself. And that's obviously got a tile as well at the top for a little tab. So that's that item. Oops. And then here on this page, I love this page, so much going on. So on here I've got a double corner pocket, so some scrapbook paper and then also some lace trim, and then I've overlaid some other lace trim and again one of those little oh gosh, I wouldn't really know what to call this, but a label tab thing, and another one of those dyed flowers that I've done. And then inside there is just a little pull-out tag, and that's just layered up with some, you know, one of those vintage images that I really love using, and some book page and some greaseproof paper, a bit of doily on there, and some sheet music up the top, so it's got a bit of lace as well. So that goes in there, and then behind it is another pocket where I've just got a little fold out flip here. So on the inside, obviously lots of room for journaling there. Again, you could journal on here. I'm not sure how well a black pen would show up, but I'm sure if not, then a white pen or silver, something like that would. And that's just been layered up on the front with a printable and some book page and some music sheets. And then here on this page, again, I've got some of that lace ruffle kind of at a curve with some diamante trim. And then here I've got a vintage looking postcard image and another one of those kind of adverts. And then here I've just got one of these kind of pockets, similar to some that I've sold recently in my kits. So this now obviously being used here in this journal. I think it looks really lovely on the page. And this one's got a little image here that I've used as a tuck spot. So in there I've got some of just that plain ledger paper that's been coffee dyed. So that just slots in there like that. It's been layered up with a hot air balloon and some lace trim. And then I've also stuck on some more cardstock stuff with a stamped image here for more journaling, so just kind of for interest really. And then here it's also a side loading pocket, and I've just got one of those little kind of flip things that I've been using recently. So that's just got some coffee dyed paper inside and some lace trim at the top, and it just holds closed there with the binocular images there, and it's got a satin bow at the bottom. And then here on this page, again, really like this page actually. I've got a double corner spot at the top instead of at the bottom this time. I've got some lace trim at the bottom which I've ruffled and stuck on the faux diamante. And then I've just got that perpetual calendar acting as a little tuck spot. So behind there I've just got this dream, to have a dream and to indulge in your daydreams or reveries, follow your dreams. So that's just a little piece there from the ephemera pack. And then here I've just got a fold out flip from just some coffee dyed paper. I just tuck in like that. Here I've just got another one of those postcard images just from the scrapbook paper. That just tucks up there. And then I've made just a little jotter kind of pad just from a few sheets of coffee dyed paper. Just put on the front one of those little printables, which I thought looked really nice. And then I've just stapled it together and put some lace trim on the top. So that's that. And then here I've just got a corner tuck spot, just using a little cluster of kind of items. So I've got here a couple of little journaling spots, and I've got some of that lace trim and another one of those dyed flowers. And then I've just got another just fold out flip from some coffee dyed paper. That just tucks up there. On the facing page I've just got a bit of lace trim at the top. And then here's some greaseproof paper where I've just stuck a printable. I thought that looked quite nice on the greaseproof paper. And then just some more of that sheet music. Then here just a couple of more sheets of just plain paper for journaling. And then here on this page, again, I love this page. I have got an envelope here that's been layered up with various images. Including here I've got a little kind of tuck out or fold out kind of booklet thing. It's just literally from some scrapbook paper which I have glued on obviously on the underside of the envelope, and then it tucks like that. So obviously now you can see kind of the printable there. And then I've just done some string. This is a bit like how I'd done it on the Sail Away book, because I'm quite into kind of tying things up at the moment. I think there's something really quite nice about that. And I've stuck this chap on here and just stamped some corner stamps in the corners there. So I'll just tie him back up. And then there's a doily here on the side underneath, and this is a side pocket here. So I've got just a little paper bag, stitched booklet there with some pages in it and a little printable on the front. And then here it's also a top loading pocket where I've got another one of those massive tags. So this has just been covered with scrapbook paper, some lace trim, a lace tab at the top, and then a cluster of kind of items at the bottom there. And the back, it's just the same as the other one where it's that title page from the sheet music, the reverse of that. So that's in there. And then on the next page, again, I love these pages actually. So this side I left plain. It has actually got a corner tuck, which I'd done as one of those hidden corner tucks, which I saw someone do and really liked that. And actually so well hidden that I obviously forgot it was it was actually there. So I can just pop that frame in there, but obviously the back is on patterned cardstock, so you wouldn't be able to use the back, but I'll just pop that in there. Otherwise it was so well hidden even I'd forgotten it was there. And then I've just got some more of that dark brown fabric ruffle down the side. And then here on this side I've just got a belly band again layered up with some printable on some sheet music, some greaseproof paper and a bit of that lace trim there, and some faux diamante ruffle and a bit of lace trim down the side. It's got some doily here. And that's just a little tuck belly band for a pull-out tag that I've just made on some of this buff cardstock with some, I actually can't really read what that, oh, it's the days of the week. I couldn't read what that said down there. Days of the week. And then I've just popped one of those punched out oval shapes there with, this is a wooden tile that I've decorated with some scrap paper and stamp, and then some lace trim. So that's just a journaling card there. And then here, this is the final page of the book. So on this side, I've left it plain for journaling because actually it's quite a neutral colour and you could easily journal on there. And then I've just used an altered paper clip here that's held this little booklet on. This is just from a stitched paper bag. It's just got a little image on the front that I've layered up and then popped a little title bit there. So that just clips on with the altered paper clip up there. And then here on the back of the inside page, there's some fabric ruffle down the side. There's a fabric pocket here, bit of vintage doily and another one of those sprayed flowers. There's a little tiny bit of pearl trim there and a little organza bow. And then inside the pocket, oops, there's a feather from somewhere there. Inside the back pocket, there's another sheet from some sheet music. Again, this is like the index page or the contents page, and it's just plain on the back, so I thought that was quite a nice piece for journaling, piece of paper for journaling. That just goes in there. And then obviously the back is back to that plain scrapbook fabric, scrapbook page. And then here, because it's made from an envelope, this side I did actually leave as a pocket, so you've got tons of space in here to kind of put photos or memorabilia, letters, what have you. I haven't put anything in there, but obviously it could be filled quite a bit because it's quite big. So you've got lots of room in here, I think. Really pleased how it turned out. I'm not sure again what my favourite page is. I love this page. And this page here I think is really lovely, and I really love the centre signature page. I just really love that, and weirdly that was the first page that I decorated, which I often think the first one, you know, does turn out to be my favourite. But I also do like these pages here, so these two, oops, with this tuck spot, and also that front page I think is really stunning, to be honest. So yeah, not sure what my favourite is again, but maybe you could let me know kind of below what your favourite is. So just ties up there with the lace, obviously, and yeah, I'll be popping that onto my Etsy store. Again, I've got my tape measure, so I will grab that in a minute, and then I will enter in the description below the measurements of this. But I hope you like it, and thanks so much for your support and all your comments recently. Yeah, I hope you like it, and have a great day. So thanks very much for watching. Thanks, bye.